beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
Hello and welcome. You are listening to A Beautiful Legacy. I'm your host, Tiago Pinto, and this is your short moment to look at the objects, systems, and the ideas that shaped how we live. In this chapter, we are starting with the work, because sometimes legacy is compressed into one sign. A logo seems small. It sits on a shirt, a poster, a mug. But some logos do more than identify. They give people a way to feel. And few marks have done that more clearly than I Love New York. To understand this logo, we return to New York City in the 1970s. This is not the polished New York City of travel brochures. It was a city under pressure. New York was facing a financial crisis. Crime shaped its reputation. Public services were strained. The streets felt rough and dangerous. Tourism needed help. New York needed a new emotional frame. A traditional campaign could have said, "Visit New York." It could have shown landmarks, museums, the Broadway, and skyscrapers. Milton Glaser's mark did something stronger. It did not describe the city, it declared a relationship with it. I love New York. 4 signs, a feeling. Milton Glaser did not believe communication had to be cold to be intelligent. Born in the Bronx in 1929, he became a clear voice in American graphic design. He designed the famous Bob Dylan poster. He understood design was also about memory, pleasure, wit, and emotion. That matters here, because I Love New York is not a neutral modernist mark. It is not corporate authority reduced to geometry. It is direct, childlike even. And that is where its intelligence lives. Glaser made something that did not need explanation. A tourist could understand it. A child could understand it. New Yorkers could wear it with irony, pride, or affection. The construction of the logo is economical. An uppercase I, a red heart, the letters N and Y. The elements are stacked inside a compact square using a slab serif. The heart replaced the word love, turning language into image. This is breakthrough. The logo is not just read, it is performed. When someone sees it, the brain completes the sentence. I love New York. I love New York. I love New York. That small shift changes everything. The logo gives the public ownership of the message. It turns promotion into confession. Because the structure is so simple, it is endlessly portable. It can fit on a t-shirt, a pin, a sticker, a shop window, or a memory. It's not just a logo for a city. It is a device for belonging.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
Most campaigns are born with an expiry date. They belong to a season, a media plan, a budget cycle. They appear, then disappear. I Love New York did the opposite. It escaped. It became a souvenir, then a symbol, It traveled across t-shirts, postcards, mugs, caps, shop fronts, films, photographs, and imitations. People copied it because the formula was simple. Replace NY with another city, country, food, hobby, brand, or joke, and the structure still works perfectly. I love Lisbon, I love Paris, I love pizza, I heart design. This is where a logo usually loses control. But here, the copying proved the strength of the original. Because the mark was never only about New York as a destination, it was about how people express attachment to place. The imitation became part of the legacy.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
The world we inherited from I Love New York is a world where cities learn to speak emotionally. Before this, a place identity often behaved like institutional design, official, descriptive, bureaucratic. A city was presented through seals, slogan, photographs, maps, or coats of arms. Glaser's logo showed another path. A city could become a badge, a city could become a sentence, a city could become something worn close to the body. It showed that strong civic identities do not always come from saying more. Sometimes they come from saying almost nothing, but leaving space for people to enter. That lesson still shapes branding today. Cities, regions, festivals, and companies try to create identities that people adopt. That's difficult. Most marks are seen, few are embraced. I Love New York was embraced because it felt less like an instruction and more like participation. Its deeper legacy is not the heart. It's the idea that identity can be shared by the people it represents. Many logos became famous through repetition and media. This one became famous because it gave people an emotional tool. It allowed affection to become graphic. It allowed civic pride to become casual. It held a complicated city inside a simple sentence. New York is complicated. It cannot be reduced to a heart. No city can, but that is not the point. The point is that the logo never tried to explain New York. It gave people permission to love it, despite everything. Despite the noise, despite the difficulty, despite the contradiction, despite the way the city can exhaust and inspire you in the same hour. That is why the mark still works. It expresses attachment, not perfection. And in design, that distinction matters, because enduring work is not always complete. Sometimes it leaves room for people to finish it themselves. Milton Glaser gave New York 4 signs and 1 feeling. The public gave it life, and that, truly, is a beautiful legacy.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were.
You've been listening to A Beautiful Legacy. In this new chapter, we are exploring legacy through specific works, objects, rooms, systems, graphics, and ideas that change the way we live. If this episode shifted how you think about logos, cities, or the hidden design decisions behind how places become emotionally recognizable, follow the show and join me for the next episode. Until then, keep noticing, the beauty people leave behind.
Beautiful legacy. Every line, every curve leaves a trace of who we were. In the shape of a chair, in the light on a wall, someone's dream still stands tall. But